about that. See that little thing blinking right there? Oh, now it's trying to string again. Not today. Stop. Look, now reconnection is successful. We got some jokes. Anyways, this is what we are looking at right now. Howdy, howdy, Clara, howdy. My OBS just has jokes today, so my sincerest apologies. Get you guys set up. And we'll keep going. So, here we are. Okay. Fine. It doesn't want to stay where I put it. Ornery for no reason. So, even adding just that line, if I wanted to leave it, it could be a finish all on its own. But we're not going to leave it. I'm going to leave this rough edge on the outside and then try to blend the inside bit. Also, I'm seeing that I may have put a little bit too much because it's already eating into my yellow and also green. But geodes aren't perfect, right? Right. Let's put a little bit more orange down. So in that little squirt bottle I had is just 91% isopropyl alcohol. But I keep it in different size little squeeze bottles for ease of use. I just don't want anybody getting confused because I'm using a whole bunch of different little bottles of liquid. See, that part looks geode-y, right?
I hope it looks
It looks geode-y?
geode.
Right. Cool with the orange. I don't know how you do this and keep it looking awesome all the time, Clara. Painting with alcohol inks is...
Do we remember what Bert charged us for those card holders?
No, I can look it up.
I can't remember what I was charging. I think I was charging like 17 for.
I can't remember. So when Clara comes up here, she's going to do an alcohol ink piece with me. I don't know what we're going to do. Do I ever? No. need this to blob a little bit more. If you guys haven't seen Clara's alcohol ink videos, make sure you check them out. Especially if you like dragony things. She is Mother Dragon. I keep having to remind myself not to mess with it too much. Let the inks kind of do what they're going to do, because inks all on their own have some awesome just effects just because they're awesome. I mentioned they're awesome. Alright, so I'm going to let that live for a minute. We're going to move on to the green. I would do the yellow, but I feel like if I add too much to it, it's going to disappear because it's already kind of not there. What's up, Joe? How can I be of assistance? Keep in mind, I can only give you practical advice from my experience. I don't do that many molds. I mean, we've done a lot of them, but I currently don't have that many in process. However, the fam is very experienced in all things resin, and we're always happy to help. So, like Clara said, bring it. I like this look so much, I have to stop myself from letting it kind of take over to where it doesn't make sense anymore. So currently that's what I'm trying to avoid. Really? Oh, that's not the one I was using anyways. Oh. Is this Monday part 2? I feel like it is. Pretty sure. I'm adding more ink there because some of the red transferred. Off my paintbrush. Uh-oh. What is the best resin, and can I mix mica powders in the resin? It's a large tic-tac-toe mold from Julie Butts in Australia. She's pouring your heart out. I love Julie. She's great, super talented. Get a casting epoxy when you're doing molds. I don't care honestly how thick it is. Your results will be so much better if you use a resin that's made for what you're trying to do. And so that's why I always push people to get a casting epoxy. For example, the bee that we poured, this one, it is pretty awesome looking. Not just because Jeff made it, but in terms of like clarity, We use any heat because I didn't want to melt the mold, and it did just fine because the resin is for mold, so it doesn't hold on to bubbles like art resins do. Less than a quarter inch. If it's less than a quarter inch, you could definitely get by with not using a casting epoxy because it's very close to the thickness that like art resins are poured. But still. The other thing you're going to have issues with is thin molds. You're going to almost always end up with a flimsy piece out of them just because of how shallow you have to pour. I see it in groups all the time. People making comments that they don't know why their mold is still flimsy after X many days. And it's almost always because they used the wrong epoxy or they had to pour it really thin because the mold itself is super thin. It's another unfortunate thing about casting resin. Excuse me?
These lights, I thought they would be too tall. Wow.
Jeff just had an epiphany and he is living life over there. Great tips, Clara, as per usual. So after I get these colors down where I want them, I'm going to add a few lines to create depth within the colors, the different colors. At least in theory, that's what I have in my head that I'm going to do. Y'all know that inks are going to ink and resin's going to resin. I still don't understand why I don't have a shirt that says resin's going to resin. That's not this video. Excuse me? It's a heavy mold. She made the channels deeper than sheet molds. I have no doubt she made a quality mold for you. She's awesome. Tyler said, hey girl. I don't know why I put more blue up there. It's already getting kind of saturated. Do you guys think I should add glass to this piece or nah? Glass is a very Erica thing to do. That is a very good point. Gotta be true to your brand, people. Alright, we're good with the blue. Now we're going to go on to purple. Which one did I use? Did I use purple? Yes, glass. Glass. I wish you could find large molds, 3 or more feet. Girl, that will be an expensive mold. Well, the reason why molds are so expensive is because silicone's not cheap. That looks so fun. I wish I could leave that, but it will end up growing beyond where I want it to be. So I have to brush that out just a little bit. Boop. Speaking of on brand, I'm thinking about adding some splatters as well. It's weird, I want to be on brand but not veer too far away from typical geode, but I don't want to be basic geode. Struggle. It's real. It's really real. I'm just blending the new wave of color in while pushing some of it backwards to create the darker lines. I'm trying to remember to talk my way through some of this because sometimes I just do art as if we're just all hanging out arting together instead of I'm instructing people. I'll do better. Promise. Promise swear. Hi, B.
What's happening?
I'm making an alcoholic
Oh, you're
geode.
using your phone.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I think so. Anything you think I should add? Half an inch deep, yeah. You're gonna either have to do a couple layers or use a casting epoxy. Eric, have you thought about doing a cross, not rainbow colors, but more realistic looking? Across not rainbow colors but more realistic. So are you asking if I thought about painting a cross that has no rainbow colors but just painting a realistic cross? I haven't tried the crystal resin you're mentioning. Does it have good reviews? Just like you see in many pictures. I guess I would need to see a reference. I don't want to get it wrong. This purple is looking mighty similar to the purple I have in front of it. So I'm either going to have to use, I'll probably just use more ink since it's the end to keep it darker. And less alcohol. Just Google it. Okay. But if I Google a realistic cross, want to just bring up like wooden like crosses. I just want to make sure that I'm looking at the same thing that you have in your head, and a lot of times that can't happen unless I'm directed to a specific image. You know what I mean? I would just hate to look at something because you asked me to do something and then have been studying the wrong reference, which is something that I would do. I'm just trying to give this outside purple some motion without making it look exactly like the purple right in front of it. I don't want any like stagnant color lines because that's boring. However, I think we have missed boring. Ugh. Okay, cool. Wooden cross with detail. Okay. Yeah, STONECOAT art code is not cheap. It used to be $55 per half gallon, but raw materials went up, so it is now $60 per half gallon. It is a good price. Honestly, you get what you pay for with resin, and I know that could come off not as genuine from me since we're very close with STONECOAT. That being said, if you ask me about a specific resin that I have used, I'll give you an honest opinion on that resin. Because we're a review channel as well, and I'm not going to steer you guys in the wrong direction. Okay, I'm putting up these inks before I make a mess, and then we're going to add to this geode. Well, thank you, Arlene. I try to come off as genuine as I can possibly be while being fair and unbiased. But, you know, I know there's probably definitely people out there that look at our channel and are like, they're not going to give an honest review because they're friends with STONECOAT. Which people are entitled to their opinion, no matter how wrong or misguided it is. I don't get upset. I'm just so misunderstood. Right then. Now we have a this. Do I want to do like fire glass or shall I just do glitter glass? while we're thinking about that, while we're milling that around, I'm going to spray seal this. If I can find my spray sealant, because I got it. Oh, there. It's STONECOAT. For this, I am using UV archival in matte, aka matte. What's up, Lisa? How are you doing? Word. Play with some heat to dry it out. Let's take some pictures. I'm filming from my phone right now, but I will definitely check it out as soon as I get off the live feed. I'm glad your knee surgery went well. I'm really digging how this looks. It's a little bit rustic for my ultra refined cakes, which is not very ultra or refined, but you know what I mean. Glitter glass. Definitely gonna use glitter glass either way. I'm just trying to decide if I want to use fire glass as well. Now, I did just seal it in with UV archival spray, which was, bless you, which makes your inks move less if other alcohol is on them. For example, if I put a couple drops down and leave them, it's going to reactivate, that's the word. It's going to reactivate the colors. However, what I'm sealing it in for is not to protect it from more alcohol. It's to protect it from the resin, because sometimes resin can fade your inks or change the color of them completely. Dry these up. I like adding a little splatter here and there. Just to make it not as perfect, you know what I mean? That's the Marabou ink. Yeah, I would let the mold sit out and dry for like a day, Joe, before using it. If you use the water trick, it works. You just don't want any water in your mold. Did you guys say whether I should use fire glass and glitter glass or just glitter glass. I just don't want it to hide. Actually, I'm not going to use this fire glass. I'm going to use my other fire glass. Actually, I wonder what would happen. Okay, I'm just going to do a quick test real quick, okay? It'll take just a second. Just hear me out. So funny when I approach Jeff and I open the phrase, like our conversation with, okay, just, okay, hear me out.
Even just,
Okay, so, okay. I'm just going to drop this alcohol over the glass. Even though I've already sealed it. Just dropping a little bit all up in there. I just want to see if it'll kind of take on the texture of the glass as it dries. But I'm not just dumping a whole bunch of alcohol on there because I don't want it to like kind of blob out. Now that I have alcohol down, it's going to help it evaporate. We did James Clara. Oops. Okay, don't do it on high. Don't do it on high. Don't do it on high. Sorry. I'm hoping and foreseeing that this kind of works kind of like how you do the alcohol bubbles, not quite as rainbowy. You know what I mean? So yeah, Megan, for sure that, but I'm not trying to color my glass. I just want to have the glass kind of texture or print of the glass. So let's pull one up and see what it looks like. It might be a thing. Okay, now these are going to be red, so I'm going to have to put them somewhere. Perfect. I don't want to just scoop them all up because I don't want to like smear any not dried alcohol that's down. Y'all, if this works, which it looks like it will, then what? I don't want to put glass and hide it if it looks good. Maybe we'll just do fire glass, right? I mean, glitter glass. Yes, I wonder what glitter glass would look like right here. Not right here, but like the same process, but with glitter glass. Right, now I'm gonna have to get out some like actual crystals and drop ink on them. See if it'll do some coolness. Arlene, what happened? Megan, I sure can let you know about the picture you sent me, but like I mentioned a little bit ago, I'm filming from my phone, so I can't check it right now. Okay. I didn't think that one was going to let go, but it did. So I don't know that this so much looks like glass, but I'm digging the texture, but I need your guys' opinion. Sorry about that. The Ritter hopping.
How much cheaper is
I don't know. We need to check in on Anne Marie. I haven't logged onto her channel in a little bit.
Eddie G has really bad problem with gnats.
Who?
Eddie G.
Eddie G.
This is, I found a fruit fly mosquito indoor fly trap. That looks like crazy aircraft.
Yeah, I have that in our cart, but I didn't read enough reviews on it. So, what do you guys think? Absolutely, Arlene. Looks better with the crystals. Yeah. Will it stay or level out? Oh, it's dry. It'll stay like that. Anne Marie is still classy, awesome, sweet. I think I liked it better with the glass on as well. So let's mix some resin. Seal that in. But I am going to investigate this further for sure. I do want to try something before we move on. Try this. I just want to see what the glitter glass looks like. The inks. I'm going to bring you guys down to see what I'm about to do. Hi Emma, how are you today? Alright, now I'm just going to take my alcohol ink and just drop it over the glass that I just put down, and hopefully I'll get a fun texture out of it. Hopefully. We'll find out together, yeah? Yeah. Not high heat, because I don't want to project all of my glass everywhere, which I'm doing anyways. Hey David, thank you so much. Can't tell if it's doing anything. Oh yeah, it is. Hey Evelyn, I know YouTube does indeed forget to send out notifications sometimes. This looks like it's gonna end up with a fun texture. I wish I, Hey Pamela, how are you? Some of the glass has decided it's gonna bond right here to the board. Which I don't mind at all, actually. Y'all, I may not resin this. So, sorry about all that movement. I don't know why I even did that. I could just take you guys down. So, it's got that interesting texture to it.
And the glass kind of stuck. So now I'm wondering if I want to continue this and put like with the glass and then drop alcohol on it, or just jump to resin. What do you guys think? I'm gonna put at least some more glitter glass here either way. Sorry about all the movement. More blame. I agree. So it appears that everybody except for Clara, I think, wanted the. There's only one that said resin. It would bring out the depth. This is apparently going to be here forever. I would just do like that texture of glass all the way around. And then resin it, but then I would be wasting the glass because the resin's going to cover it up. B, do you want to see my this? In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and mix some resin. Man, sorry about these sniffles, y'all. It's pretty bad.
That is like,
He's a collector. How many ounces?
favorite Charizard.
B, come look at my this. I need your face.
I just gave him a card holder.
Okay.
And I want 2 more. I'm like, $15 please. Yeah.
Careful, it's glass.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I wanted to see the texture.
Yeah.
So now I'm wondering, not wondering, should I continue this around? This is a 32-inch piece. I'm trying to figure out if I want to resin it or, I mean, like, I feel like probably because that matte spray really.
What are you gonna put on there?
Glass or resin and glass. Dilemma.
I would do resin and then do like, do your, you know how they have the lines? You put lines? Maybe do like lines with the not highlighter, but a little brighter. You know how they do the lines in some of the geodes?
Resin and then lines, or lines and then resin?
Like this? Lines then resin. But then it looks good when it's on top of the resin too.
you need resin on anything?
I really don't. I mean, everything is pretty.
This is a trick for getting every last drop out. Just be careful doing this. Anytime you heat resin, it's going to want to set up more quickly than you probably want it to. So just be advised. Come on, 6 ounces. Please. I'll be ready. It's so crazy. It feels like it's gonna get there without me having to finagle it. And then it gets so close. And then, boop, JK. Thanks for playing, JK. Just me? Cool.
Yeah.
Y'all are quiet in chat today. Either the food is really good or y'all are preoccupied. Welcome to my world, right? So glad I'm not alone. Popcorn. Love me some popcorn. I think I'm gonna mix a little bit of abalone into this, all of it, and then that'll be that little bit of extra sparkle for my everything. Let's go ahead and do that. Olympics ladies swimming. Okay. Is it already Olympic season? Yellow and green peppers.
Do we have a spray for?
Is that a whole sentence? Oh, medium one. Word. Trials go to Japan. Denise, the answer is Clara. Clara, let the dogs out. I'm not doing the other part because I sound silly. Has it been 3 minutes? I swear. What if we okay, here's my train of thought. I was gonna say I couldn't be a baker because they have to mix all the things all the time. And then I was like, JK, they have stand mixer. And I was like, wait, is there a resin version of a stand mixer? There should be. You're welcome, JJ. I hope it's with you for the rest of the day in the most sweet way I could ever say that. Clara, I hope you're saying yes to the fact that it's been 3 minutes since I started mixing, but who's to say? We were letting the dogs out. I'm not gonna do the other part. Still not. You're only doing one? You sounded like the song mixed with a little bit of Tool, Time Taylor. Oh, Arlene, it's 32 inches, I believe. No. I think I'm going to start giving discount codes for the website like at the end of my videos and then have it only be live for like an hour. So that people have to watch till the end. I started this video with like 50 people and 20 have all gone to let the dogs out apparently.
It sounds like Forrest Gump when the guy comes out and he goes, "Oh, your mama sure does love
No.
you." He's like, "Ooh, ooh, ooh."
Stop. Cheese and crackers.
You know, people in the chat are like,
Have an awesome day, Arlene.
exactly the part.
Evelyn says, I hear you, Jeff. Everyone hears you. Thank you, Clara. Every time she tells me that I have mixed long enough, I feel like I got early parole. I don't know what that feels like in real life, but I feel like it would be that exciting. Okay, go. Resin. Resin. So I know that we have like the trowel and all that to move your resin around, and I love our notch trowel. If you don't know what that is, it looks like, wait, it looks like this. So that you can move your resin about and have it lay evenly across your everything. I just really like the feeling of my hands in resin. Okay, so I'm probably the only one, but I'm going to ask anyways. Am I the only one? I'm probably the only one.
Okay, I have a question for people that use Procreate. How do you make the largest size canvas, like, that add a picture so that it's a good quality when you draw on it? How do you know, like screen size, I guess?
In the very beginning, when you open it, doesn't it have you an option that you can enter the size and all that?
Well, it says base tweet canvas 2048 by 2048, where there's an option of 4K, which is 4069 by 1740.
I guess it depends on how high def you want it.
I just want it to be a regular line drawing. Like I want to trace a photo to make a cartoon.
All right. I don't know if you guys heard Jeff's question, but any of you guys proficient with Procreate?
I'm just going to use this one. Let's see.
Sweet. Waste not, want not. I'm gonna have to go put some of this resin on the piece we did yesterday because I didn't have the clear. Put it over my glass, so it's gonna have to happen. But I'll do that in a minute later. Yeah. Denise says I procreated once and that was enough. But
Yeah.
Oh, your experience is hands in paint. I just like that. I don't know. I don't even know how to words it so that I won't get hit with all the that's what she said.
If they do like the pen, how do you make it to where?
Oh, Claire's telling you. Will you come over here so you can read it? Because I'm going to go put this on my other Geode.
I made the page. I just want to know. Okay, so Claire, now I just want. Whoa. Now I just want to make it to where, when I push, like when I'm drawing, I don't want it to be really thin and then I can push and be thick. I just want it to be a solid line. You know what I'm saying? Canvas icon, and you can find things in there to adjust size. Okay, Google. Okay, Evelyn, I just want to know if somebody knew something in there right now. I want to Google it, Evelyn. And I know I go to all the settings, but it's still like, I mean, you could barely write on it and it gives you a line, but then you press a little bit and it gets larger. Technical pen? All right, I'll try that. I think that's what I use, but I just got to get used to, you know, the pressure thing. All right, I appreciate it, JJ. Very nice.
What do you think about my this?
It looks like you're going to need a little bit of. There's some spots over there.
Yeah. That's the only notes you have is I need more resin. Forgot to say it's beautiful and amazing. What? Oh, thanks. Thanks for y'all's assistance with our Procreate issues. No flicking your pen. I'm gonna assume that's PG though. Alrighty. So I'm just gonna use the red fire glass that we pulled off of this piece earlier. Because waste not, want not. You found it, JK. This would look the exact same whether I dropped it in the alcohol ink earlier or not. But I feel like I should do another round of glass. What do you guys think about doing it between the green and the yellow? JK, because it disappears right here. I guess I could just make it a thinner line right there. Or should I do that? What do you guys think? This is a group project. Hi, Lisa. What's up, Sam? Elbow hugs. Thank you, Denise. So where else should I add the glass? Or should I? Should I just not? There are bits in this purple that just don't want to hang out with resin. Strange. Nobody's gonna tell me. All right, figure it out myself. Need more glass. You know what? I'm gonna add some bubble beads to this. Keep injuring myself. No worry, Clara. I understand. Thin line around the blue green. So we'll do a thin line. Thanks, Joe. I agree. The colors do liven up with the addition of resin, for sure. Make it thinner. Come on. So essentially, since this is not mirrored fire glass, the glass is kind of going to disappear a little bit in the liquid of the resin. However, we're going to bring it to life a little bit with some bubble beads and glitter glass. I'm trying to vary the thickness of this line of glass. Because nature's not perfect. Actually, I think I like that. Not going all the way around. I'm kind of letting it trail off. Just there. Cool. It would look like Australia. Well, that's what I was going for. I missed a little bit. Does the bubble bead disappear under resin? It won't, because it's got a slight color to it. It's got like a bit of an opal look. So they are clear, but kind of not also. So I think actually I'm going to add some glass just here. I feel like it needs it. Not a lot, just a little bit, just a little touch, a little something. Not to cover up that texture, but just because it just looked like something needed to be right here. I actually didn't mind that texture, and I would have done it all the way around, but I didn't want to waste my glitter glass. I know it looks like I'm covering up things that I detailed in the ink, but it's just because I see extra detail in those areas. And until I get the look right, I'm just going to keep trying to add in those areas. Oh, okay, too much. Trail off a little bit more right here. Cool, cool, cool. Tight, tight, tight. Pearlescent for sure.
Clara or JJ ever try to make an NFT?
JJ and Clara, have you guys ever tried to make an NFT, or anyone else in the room? Great, I just put my hand in the resin that I was using for my beads. Okay. That's what we're gonna have to do. Don't want to get resin in your bubble beads. So these are gonna look very subtle. That's one of those things that once you're looking at it, you're like, oh, fancy. Otherwise, you might miss it completely. I'm going to use these bubble beads to trail off further, kind of like as if it were like just very small shards of glass. I think I only have a little bit left. I'm going to just use it all. Claire said, what is an NFT? I'm going to take that as a no. An NFT is basically a crypto piece of artwork. It's digital. I don't know a whole lot about it just right now, but it's going to be a big thing in the crypto world. They've already sold some pieces for just millions, ridiculous amounts of money. But I hear that if people resell your...
The whole point is it stays the artist forever. You make money off whenever he sells it, or sells it for print or anything.
When I first heard that description, I was like, so it's a pyramid scheme, but not really. So with every sale of, like, if Jeff bought a piece from me and then he resold it, I would get a percentage of the resale value. It always stays, like, the artist gets a commission every time it's sold, which I think is pretty cool. Alright, I'm going to bring you guys down so you can see what the bubble beads on the resin looks like. Sorry for a moment. Sorry. So those are the bubble beads. You can kind of tell the iridescence, but since the light on my camera phone is kind of extra, it's hard to see the iridescence, but you can really see it in person. But I like the way it kind of feeds off of the glass, so it's not a hard stop. Ooh, my finger was gross looking. So it's not a hard stop of where the glass is and then just nothing. So I kind of trailed it off. I think it looks very whimsical as far as a rainbow geode goes. And now I'm going to add glitter glass because what is Stephanie, I hope this gives you some inspiration for the glitter glass. Nope, bubble beads. Bubble beads is what I meant to say. So now I'm adding the glitter glass. It's very fine, teeny shards of glass. If you purchase this from me or anybody else, be advised, it is glass and it will cut you if you don't respect it. This you won't be able to really see until the light hits it, so it's very subtle sparkle, which I'm a fan of. In your face sparkle, subtle sparkle, sparkle. But sometimes you need a subtle sparkle, and this is just the product for it. I have the bubble beads, the fire glass, and the glitter glass on my website, but unfortunately I don't sell alcohol inks. Luckily, there's a million places you can actually get alcohol inks. Like in the description box below this video on our Amazon link. Shameless plug. Welcome. You guys, I buy this stuff by the kilo. And I sell out of it all the time. I love it. B, can I borrow your face?
Yep.
Thanks. Elegance.
Very, very classy.
Thanks. I like how it like blended these two colors together, this seam of texture. It's very cotton candy. Joe, the working time for art coat is 2 hours. I love this piece. I love the progress that we made with it during this live feed. Let me know what you guys think. I agree, it's very whimsical. So yeah, I'm gonna take this to the dust-free zone and Evelyn, who told you I was engaged? Yes, May 1st, 2022. Joe, if you, I don't know if you've ordered anything from my website, but next time you do, just drop a note, and I'll send you like an 8-ounce sample to try. So this Saturday, I'm going to have a fire sale for wedding funds. We have a lot of art we need to sell, priced to move, and would love to have all you guys there. Tell all the people you like. Yeah, I know, it's breaking away from the edge, some of the purple. So I'm going to have to baby it. Tell all the people that you like and then some people that you don't like about our fire sale. Help support the cause, because I need y'all. And Be kind to one another. You never know what someone's going through.
And always remember, Erica and I do the tests.
So that all y'all don't have to.
Oh,
Boy Cat's like, sup? What are we doing? Anyways, hope you all have an amazing day. We love you guys so, so much. And we'll see you guys tomorrow, 6 p.m. Central. Till next time, bye.
I said bye.
We got X. I can't reach it. I have sticky fingers.